Bola Tinubu, which is your president, the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, wants to become the Minister of Petroleum, just like his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari, the past president. Now, it's like in Nigeria, somebody that cannot even handle one positions want to control two positions. Just as it is, a lot of people have been talking, and that's why we are making this particular video so that you, as a concerned Nigerian, can also have your opinion regarding to what he's planning to do. Why would Bola Tinubu wants to become a minister of petroleum? Just as Buhari, it all started during the APC regime, whereby a president handling two positions. It has never happened elsewhere in the entire universe except only in Nigeria during the time of President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, I want you guys to watch this particular video. If you are not concerned, you need to be concerned because this is your country. We all are looking for how this country will become a better place for all of us, for our future children and our children's children. Mr. Sanusi, the Emir of Kano, have raised his voice, saying that President Bola Tinubu cannot be Minister of Petroleum, that this is a disaster, as a man who cannot even handle his position as a president in a country that is recently in economical dichotomy. Now he wants to become a Minister of Petroleum. We are already facing tough time in terms of this crude and oil and petroleum stuff. So let's look for somebody that can really handle these issues and how to develop and better off the country. Anyway, I want us to watch this Arise TV news analysis. We'll be right back to do some messages to it.
The 14th Emir of Kano and a former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, on Wednesday called for a proper audit of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, adding that the president of Nigeria should not be the Minister of Petroleum. Sanusi made this known while delivering his remarks at the Bank Directors Summit in Abuja. The former Emir, who was CBN governor from June 2009 to February 2014, also noted that his insistence for the audit of the NNPC was what cost him his job at the Apex Bank. Well, let's take a listen before we come back for a discussion.
We cannot afford to continue producing the oil and not seeing the revenue. We are no longer paying subsidies. So where are the dollars? Before it was under recovery. Now we don't have under recovery. Where is the money? It was the issue I raised for which I was suspended. You can suspend me again. Okay? But it is an issue that this country must address. NNPC is the most opaque oil company in the world. When I was in the central bank for 15 years, they had not been audited. We paid 11 trillion naira in fuel subsidy. There's no accountability up to now. The National Assembly called NNPC to bring the documents. They refused. And by the way, let me advise that this idea of the president being petroleum minister is not a good idea. The last president was Minister of Petroleum for 8 years. When I was governor of Central Bank, we had a petroleum minister. So when I talked about NNPC, I could attack Dizani. Now nobody can talk about petroleum because 8 years, if you talk, you're attacking the president. We need that buffer. Somebody has to be there. A minister has to be there who is held accountable by Nigerians.
No, Rufai, like he said, I mean, this actual insistence was what cost him his job back in 2014. It is not the first time Sanusi Lamido is advocating for the president not to be the Minister of Petroleum. Yeah. We've heard even other CSOs advocate for this as well. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. And also the fact that he talked about where is the dollars? Why are the dollars right now? But it's great that the Dangote refinery is set, to start full production, and hopefully that would be a huge saver in Forex.
Somebody should point out one lie in what Emir Sanusi said. If you can point out one lie, I'll clap for you. There is no lie. All he said is what we've been saying all this while. They say they've removed subsidy. Where is the dollar? Maybe they were supposed to have savings from the subsidy that we put in the currency. We are still going to borrow. Where is even the 10 billion they said they want to go and borrow to buffer? Somebody was telling me this morning that dollar to naira on the black market is 1,200 now. Where is the money to buffer? Sanusi talked about money then. They pushed it, they said it was the problem. Talked about 120 billion. They said from there, they said it's not true. Where is the money? Why can't the NNPC be audited? Didn't we call for a forensic audit of the NNPC before President Tinubu even removed subsidy? So it's opaque. That's why I say anybody that can point out one lie in what he has said should come out. We'll clap for them. There is no lie in what he's been saying. And the idea of the president being the, what is it called? A lot of people have argued based on convention, blah, 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 and everything. No. We should have that level of opacity. Because if you keep saying the president should be, why can't the president also be solid mineral? Is it because oil is bringing more money? It's just one department that brings more money. If we're thinking economy, what should be bringing more money to the country is the productivity of Nigerians. Companies are living. Look at P&G now, Procter & Gamble.
Right.
Remember back in days when Dunlop left? Remember when Michelin left? All these companies were living. So why can't we focus on the productivity of the company? Because when you look at even oil, how much is it adding to the GDP? Not much. All it does, it has a lot to the governmental revenue. Right. So there is nothing Sanusi has said that is wrong here.
Well, now that NNPC
can I have
has...
perspective to this? Because I was in the arena, the 2014 that you referred to, when he left as CBN governor. And of course, yes, part of the issue then was that he had raised alarm that money was missing. Okay, and one thing led to another. I don't need to rehash that. Now, he made a number of points. He was speaking at the Bankers Directors Association of Nigeria conference yesterday in Abuja. And he made a number of points. One, about the banking sector, the need for bankers to shore up trust among the people. Two, he talked about the need for the AMCON levy to be retained. The AMCON levy means that the banks will pay about 0.5% of their assets at year end and put it into AMCON. And he said, contrary to what many bankers have been pushing for, particularly the chairman of BDAN, that's Mustafa Chikiobi, that AMCON levy should stay. Three, he said that the CBN Act is good as it is, and it should not be amended, because to try and amend that CBN Act will give politicians an opportunity to put politics into it. All of that. Having been CBN banker and having been a career banker himself, he knows it. Now, he talked about the opaqueness of NNPC. Yes, he's right in that regard, because the audit that he's asking for, do you know that for 43 years in this country, nobody audited NNPC accounts? Until 2020, when the present MD of NNPC, as he then was, now CEO of NNPCL, released the 2019 and 2020 audited reports. That was the first time NNPC would release any audited accounts. Despite the existence of NATI under Waziri Adio and NATI under Ogbunayaoji, who is there now, have also raised a number of questions. But where we are now, different from where we were in 2014, is that at least now under Mele Kyari, NNPC audits its accounts and publishes. And we can only insist on that because that's part of what Emir Sanusi was asking for when he was CBN governor. Finally, he's saying that the president should not also be Minister of Petroleum. Okay, if we check from 2019, the Minister of Petroleum had always been the president, from Obasanjo to Yaradua. Then under President Jonathan appointed a Minister of Petroleum. Okay?
Diezani
Alice Madueke. Well, go and check the experience of most people during Diezani Alice Madueke's tenure as Minister of Petroleum. She was so powerful. Indeed, at council meetings, I'm giving you eyewitness account.
I'm sure
before the president will enter council meeting, many ministers will go and greet her specially.
She was also very beautiful.
Well, no, they will go and greet her specially, with the exception of Mohamed Adoke, with the exception of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, and the Minister of Aviation, then Stella Odua. But all the other ones, they will be queuing up to greet her because of the power in that office. It's not about beauty. It's
I know. Of course, that was.
It's about the power in that office. So most presidents,
she's still beautiful. By the way.
Most presidents, we want to hold the portfolio.
All right.
So that they will hold the authority, because that is Nigeria's pot of soup.
Now, as a concerned Nigerian, I know a lot of people say it's not my problem. It is your problem because you are in the country already. How much is fuel price in your area, in your state, and in the Nigeria entirely? We all know that during the time of late President Yaradua, petrol were just sold at a price of 85 naira. Then after Goodluck, I think it was 180 naira. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari, 250 naira. Presently, the disaster occurred 600 something naira, depends on your area, some 500, some 600, some 650. So everything in Nigeria is now unaffordable for the common Nigerian. Even the rich men are also crying because spending 20,000 naira for fuel just a day is not something we should be politely looking at. So we all need to show our concern. President Bola Tinubu, with due respect, you cannot become petroleum minister. Just speaking for my own self and on behalf of my entire family. I don't know what you personally that is watching this video, what is your concern? If you are concerned, please also voice out. President Bola Tinubu cannot become Minister of Petroleum because he's not even able to manage his presidential seat right now. Now he wants to become Minister of Petroleum. Remember what his predecessor, President Muhammadu Buhari, during his regime, things were really hard on Nigeria. Now things are more harder on Nigeria. We all are looking up to a way we can soften this whole issue. Next week on his own hand is also doing, some people said allegedly the best, while some are crying that he's targeting some specific oppositions, buildings, businesses, and demolishing them. So Nigeria is on chaos. Now, I want you to comment your thoughts. What do you think about these particular issues? And comment your thoughts in the comment section. Until we meet again, please, if you have not subscribed, do. If you do, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out any of our future upposts. Until we meet again, stay tuned with Plan B TV. Peace out.
Everybody make you welcome to Plan B TV. I'll give you the news as it they hot up. You subscribe and give them thumbs up. Now they go give you the updates. All the new blocks in the town. Now they go give you the gist though. Now they go give you all the news, cause it's kind of weather you need all the fun, oh. I said now who they is on a Plan B TV, Plan B TV. I said now who they is on a Plan B TV, Plan B TV. I said now who they is on a Plan B TV, Plan B TV. Plan B TV, Plan B TV. Plan B TV.